talked about the title of your book, End This Depression Now. There are a lot of people who don't believe we could end this depression now. What agency do human beings have to take on this?
Go back to the 1930s. You find a lot of people making the argument that there were no easy answers, no quick fix, and that it was absurd to think that you could quickly get out of this. Absurd to think that, particularly that these Keynesian types who said that all we need is an increase in government spending to boot us out, it's crazy. And there are wonderful, there are articles in 1939 published in the American Economic Review explaining that it's really, these are fundamental problems, and what we really need to do if we want to make progress is structural reform and cut unemployment benefits and things like that. And then along came, not actually the war, but just the war came in Europe, and the United States began preparing. We began our military buildup really in 1939, and within 2 years, total employment had increased by 20%, the equivalent of adding 27 million jobs right now, just like that. And it turned out that the only problem was there was not enough spending in the economy, and there was one player in the economy who could and should have been spending more, which was the government. And thanks to Adolf Hitler, all of a sudden, that player finally did what it should have been doing all along and began increasing spending. It's the same thing right now. There's overwhelming confirmation now that this is a time when having the government spend more would be really free. It would be putting people to work who would otherwise be unemployed. It would be putting capital to work that would be basically doing nothing. And it's actually very easy technically. It's very hard politically because it's very hard to persuade people of the need to do that, which is why some of us write books.